Welcome yet again to my PimoLems level solving commentary video series, and today we're going to be starting the fourth and final main rank of the pack, which is Hurricane. So pretty much the hardest levels of the pack should be in here, especially in regards to the intensity of Hurricanes as compared to the other ranking names before it. So starting off is Hurricane 1, No Justice for Heroes, and we have a time limit of 2 minutes here. Okay, so to start out this rank, it looks difficult, but it's really not too hard. You just really need to know how to figure out how to separate lemmings to go separate ways to prepare the route for the crowd, which comes out at a 99 release rate. So the first lemming to come up to this wall will bash. Some lemmings will turn around in the process. Yeah, but when he breaks through, the rest will just walk along and be contained in this pit here. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 lemmings turned around. Yeah, so here I use a faller and assign him a bomber. So one of them falls through and gets a floater. The rest of them will splat. And then after walking past the catch-up wheel here, I used the, I think it was the last lemming. Yeah, last lemming in the tail end to dig down. Then he gets a climber, and then I also send up a climber. Yeah, I use the first lemming in the crowd here. Yeah, to get over the wall. So, as you can see here, we have 3 lemmings going in separate paths here. So this one goes along the top, this one will go through the middle, and this one will go through the bottom. So here I use a builder to turn him around. He will bash through the one-way wall. Okay, he will bash through this one-way wall, and then he will bash through this one-way wall. Okay, and that's pretty much it already. And the workers who bash through the one-way walls will be sacrifices. Yeah, they will go off and die somewhere. So in particular, this one through the catch-up wheel, this one also through the both of these through the catch-up wheel. Okay, and that's already it. And that's perfectly fine, since we are allowed 3 more losses, now 1 more. Yeah, which will be this one. And that's already it. The rest of them will just make their way down and then just walk to the exit from the right side. So, quite a nice level to start the rank here, and 17 seconds to spare. Okay, Hurricane 2, Come Hell or High Water. So, this one also has a time limit, but this time it's 3 minutes. Okay, probably a little bit easier than the previous one, but this one, I'd say, is still pretty challenging. So, this time only 2 lemmings, yeah, so it's not as stressful as the previous one. But the first one we'll build here, yeah, he finishes sealing off the gap in time before the other one slips through to the bottomless pit. Okay, and then I use the first lemming that turned around to bash through the wall here. Okay, and then build to seal out the gap. The other lemming in the meantime took a detour, so giving the builder more than enough time here to close off the gap. Okay, and then the other lemming that turned around back to the left will be a climber. Okay, and then I build to get up here. And then he also turns around the process, I think. Yes, and then I set up the other lemming as a climber now. Yeah, and this also seals off the gap too, so this climber will go along the top here. Okay, the lemming that turned around will build to the right to get over here. Okay, and then same thing here, build to get up here. So yeah, as you can see, this lemming is going over the top here. Okay, bash on through here. Okay, and then I should be interrupting him somewhere, I think. Oh yes, and then here he needs a floater so that he doesn't splat. Okay, build to get over the exit here. Okay, build to seal off this gap. Okay, dig, so that this lemming will build and then be able to get up here later. Okay, and then I just build to stop the digger. Yeah, alternatively, you could just let the digger finish and then you can just simply have him build to connect with the wall, and so that they can both climb to the exit. Doesn't really matter. But I believe on Lemmini there is a bad back row there though. And yeah, 30 seconds to spare, so more than enough time. Hurricane 3, the warehouse. Okay, so this does have a pretty interesting history with me in that this was the level where I pretty much gave up in frustration when I first played through this pack on Lemmini all those years ago, and I didn't come back to this pack for another like 3 years, I think. But really, I think it was really due to me giving up in frustration faster than I should have. Yeah, I think I was just simply frustrated by the solution failing each time. Yeah, as one of the most difficult parts is figuring out the beginning. Yeah, how to get the worker lemming, and then also to get to the exit later on. Yeah, those are not easy at all to figure out. So first one we'll build to get up here, to see off the gap. One will slip by in the meantime. Who gets a floater, and we'll build to see off the gap, but also to turn around. Yeah, he finishes on time before another lemming can slip by. Okay, and then when he turns around, we will build the other way. Okay, he will turn around, and then take a little detour here, and then come on back. And then when we're as high up as possible on the chain, we go ahead and build. And then same thing when he turns around. Yeah, as high as possible, and then start building. Yeah, this is actually enough to stop the lemmings from spotting. Yeah, but it's like pretty close here. Yeah, 1 or 2 pixels it appears. Yeah, but in order to ensure their survival, yeah, you have to bash at the very base of the ramp here. So yeah, pretty close. So send up a climber here, and then start mining. And then when the miner has gone a sufficient distance, yeah, then we go ahead and bash. Basically, this is also another frustrating part because yeah, you pretty much have to do it at a time where you interrupt the miner, but at the same time, the miner has made a big enough hole so that you can actually build up to get up the miner tunnel. Yeah, and this is not very easy to do at all because they both have to be done at a specific time. Yeah, and it also depends on where you start mining too, although you really want to start mining at the earliest moment possible so that to ensure that everyone turns around the bastard tunnel in time. And that only the bastard is lost to the bottomless pit here. Because our only other loss is to bomb to uncover the exit trigger, and that's it. So yes, this part right here is very hard to figure out how to get everyone down safely, but also this part as well can be very frustrating to execute because you have to do the miner and the bastard at very specific times. So yeah, as you can see, there still was plenty of leeway here, but yeah, it was all pretty much due to mining as soon as you can here. So yes, it's definitely a pretty hard low. But again, as I mentioned, I pretty much gave up on this low too quickly in frustration. Yeah, and didn't come back to the pack for a couple years. Yeah, when I first played it on Lemmini. Hurricane 4. Alia Ikda Ist. I don't even know if I said that correctly. And I don't even know what the title means here. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's like Latin or something. It might even be French, yeah, considering where Pieuw is from. Okay, this one actually took me some time because I couldn't quite remember how to solve this low. But then again, this version is different from the Lemmini version because there are some pickups here. Yeah, in particular, yeah, the pickup skills are right up here. Yeah, 2 of them are builders, it appears, and then 1 of them is a digger. So yeah, as a result, yeah, I couldn't really rely on the solution on Lemmini here, but yeah, eventually after enough time, I was able to figure it out. So I used the second lemming to bomb here. Yeah, so that everyone can basically to stall a little bit here. And this is actually enough for the first lemming to dig and get everyone else contained in here. Okay, I used the last lemming to build to basically stall him. And then another lemming to build here. Yeah, we want to build a little farther back. Yeah, from the edge so that he does not see off the gap here. And then they have no way to go further to the right. Okay. build here with first Lemming, and then the second one will dig right behind them. Okay, we get a digger and 2 builder pickups, and then we dig here. Okay, and then after the digger has dug enough and is low enough, yeah, he will build. Yeah. Gotta make sure that this is a survivable fall. And then we build here so that he will turn around. Yeah, and we also keep the digger going until this is steppable. And then we start building towards the exit with him. Yes. And then we try and make a landing platform for the crowd here, and this will take 2 builders. Yeah, this also takes 2 builders to get to the exit. And then that accounts for all the builders here. And then, yeah, this from what I remember, I believe was pretty precise. Yeah. You have to bomb at a specific spot so that you don't also blow through the floor as well, and send some of them down into the water. So yeah, it's more that the bomber is precise rather than the stretched builder. Although stretching out the builder helps a lot here. So regardless of how you do this low, yeah, it's still not an easy low to figure out. Yeah, and especially since the 99 release rate is the main challenge here. Okay, Hurricane 5, Candelabrum. And as you can see from the design, it looks like a candelabra here. Yeah, think of Luminaire from Beauty and the Beast, if you're familiar with that Disney movie. Yeah, as I'm sure Pieuw is, since yeah, Belle does mean beauty in French. Yeah, and it seems that the movie takes place around France. Yeah, I don't remember the specific time period though. But anyway, yeah, this one it's difficult mainly due to the execution of the solution. Yeah, in particular, having the digger and the bashers cross successfully while canceling either one. Yeah, and this took me several tries to do. Okay, so we send up a climber here, and then I start digging right here when both lemmings are turned around. Okay, and then when this falls back down, we bomb, so that we blow through the post here, but also leave the floor intact. Okay, so not with the first one, but with the second one, yeah, pretty much a bit before the wall. Yeah, I start bashing. So you will see what will happen here. Yeah, so he gets lower. Yeah, and then low enough so that he also bashes terrain right next to the steel as well. And this is important because we also need to provide a way out for these lemmings down here, who will be released with climbers. Oh, same thing with these two. Yeah, these two also have a way out too. So this is extremely difficult to get right. Yeah, many attempts will usually end up in failure to make this happen. Yeah, and then finally just send these guys out as climbers, and that's it. Hurricane 6, Condemned to Die. So time limited to 2 minutes here. And if I am not mistaken, I believe Pieuw said that he got inspiration from PimoLems level, I want to say. I think it was like 4 lemmings in a funeral or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at that low because I don't quite remember how that low goes. But this does have a pretty nice solution though. Okay, bomb here. And of course, it's a bit harder on Lemmini, and I think the solution is a little bit different as well. Yeah, because a builder is used to stall, I think, but then you have to cancel him. So that he blows at a good spot in order not to dive to the master trap. So that's one difference to the new Lemming solution here. So 2 lemmings will drop down here, while the last one will build, so that he lands on the other side of the bomber hole. Okay, first one will patch up this gap, of course. And then in this bomber hole, we're going to go ahead and bash. Yeah, so that we go underneath all these traps here. Okay, this builder turns around, who also gets a climber. And then the other one who goes by will build this long bridge to the exit. Okay, And then to stall this climber even more, we go ahead and build so that he connects with the wall, but also will start climbing when he's done. Yeah, in other words, we don't want him turning around. Otherwise, this won't give him enough time to build to the exit. Yep, now we just used our remaining builders to get to the exit. So he finished just in time before the other one arrived and fell to the bottomless pit there. And then this basher keeps on going. He is through, now he gets to the exit. So we finished with 25 seconds to spare there. Okay, Hurricane 7, Stargazers. Pretty good solution here as well, although maybe a little bit difficult to figure out. Oh yes, this was backrouted by me, so I believe the fix here was to extend the one-way arrows a bit more. Yeah, as I believe I released the crowd with a basher. Okay, so first Lemming will dig here. Yeah, everyone will be contained here. So I send up a climber, out a climber to the right, and another climber out to the left. And then I start mining here. Okay, build. Does he turn around? I think he does. Yes. Okay, so when he comes back, we're just gonna bomb the crowd free. Yeah, like this. So the ceiling here is thick enough here. And technically there is no ceiling here, since the rest of it is just steel. Yeah, but there isn't that many pixels above them, so they are able to step out and come along to the right here. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and mine so that the others can get up. And fortunately for me, I had one Lemming isolated enough from the others here, so that he can get up here to bash and then build to get to the exit, and that's it. Okay, and if I remember correctly, this just barely finishes on time. Yeah, if the time limit, if the original time limit was put in. So, yeah. So I think I would have been left with 8 seconds, I think. Okay, Hurricane 8. Logs and lag limbs. And here we have a time limit of 2 minutes. Okay. Not as backroutable here as it is in Lemmini, but this version though is definitely pretty difficult to figure out the solution to. But yeah, there are some pickups here, yeah, which are absolutely necessary. Yeah, because yeah, they would have been used to cheese low otherwise. Otherwise, not all of them would have been pickups. Alright, so not only is the low difficult to figure out, but it is also very tight on time as well. So send out a climber to the left here. Okay, so he's not the one who collects the pickups, but he does come back to bash to let the others out. Okay, and then as the time, I go ahead and dig with the first time coming back to the right. After the basher is gone for a bit, the basher will stop, but then he is also able to come over to the right side to climb out. Yeah, to collect these builder pickups. Yeah, the other two in the meantime will walk out to the left and collect the builder pickups, while the digger goes on ahead. And then I think, yeah, I turn the second Lemming around with a builder. Yeah, and we're getting more builder pickups right now. Yeah, I think it will help if I zoom out a bit. And then, yeah, I go ahead and start bashing when he gets here. And then when the digger's low enough, I go ahead and build. Yeah, so the other Lemming is coming, but the basher will finish on time. Yeah, and then this is just enough to also build over the trap trigger as well. And he does it just in time before the others arrive. Yeah, and then of course patch up this gap with a builder. Okay, and that's already it. So, yeah, you watch the clock here. 5 seconds remaining. So, it was absolutely vital to turn one of the Lemmings around there. Yeah, and I believe it could be done with the first one rather than the second one, but I think you will have, it will come pretty tight on the time there. Yeah, maybe with about 2 seconds, 2 seconds remaining or so. Hurricane 9, Blue Monday. Okay, this one I remember being pretty difficult to figure out on Lemmini when I first played it. Oh yes, this was also background by me. What was the change here? Oh, I believe the change was one-way arrows. Yeah, right here. So yes, it may seem that the save requirement is pretty linear here, but the losses add up pretty quickly. So we build with the first lemming that gets here, send up the second lemming as a climber. Okay, he will fall and be a floater near the bottom, and then yeah, here. So after 3 lemmings that turn back to the left, I go ahead and set this lemming up as a climber. Yeah, he gets a floater as I mentioned, and then he will build to patch up the gap there. Okay, he would dig at the edge here. Okay, and inside the digger pit, I go ahead and bash to the left to release the others. And then I go ahead and max out the release rate. Yeah, so that I get everyone in here on time before the digger pit gets too low and lemmings will start splatting. Oh, although I drop it back to the default and leave one lemming remaining to come out of the hatch. Remaining to come out of the hatch. Yeah, because here. Oh, there's a couple pixels leeway there. Yeah, essentially this is necessary because we need a lemming far enough away from the crowd here so that we can mine to get down here. Yeah, this digger would just keep on going until he's lost at the bottom of this pit. So he's another sacrifice there. And then send him up as a climber. Okay, build to turn around here. And then we will let him turn around first to patch up this gap. Okay, dig down here. Okay, mine out the crowd here. Okay, and then finally, one last builder staircase to get to the exit. Okay, and that's it. So, again, pretty hard load to figure out here. Although, here we managed to go 2 over the requirement. So yeah, losses add up pretty quickly. Hurricane 10, how to prevent a mass suicide. And a time limit of 2 minutes here. Okay, so this was another load that I also couldn't figure out back in the days, yeah, on Lemmini, when I first reached this low. Yeah, after getting myself unstuck on Hurricane 3. But it was a really beautiful solution, and this came with a lot of satisfaction from figuring out the solution on my own. Yeah, although I am certainly not alone when it comes to getting stuck on this low, because as I recall, I believe Rounded Wheel was also stuck here, and he had to get a hint. Yeah, here I managed without one, but yeah, this is a pretty hard load to figure out though, especially if you are not aware of the really nice trick here that needs to be used. So I block with the second lemming here. Okay, one goes on ahead to build over the acid pit here, and then at this time I go ahead and start mining. Yeah, at a spot so that no one goes out to the right after the blocker gets released. Yeah, he will hit the steel and turn around, and then he gets a climber. Okay, build to get over the exit here, and then yeah, I also send up another climber here. He will also build over the exit. Okay, so the trick here is this: because the pole here is thinning, it is possible to build in such a way so that some of the builder brick gets passive. Yeah, like that. And then same thing here. Yeah, we're gonna do the exact same thing by building and leaving a builder step. So this allows the others to land on them before falling the rest of the way and also surviving. Yeah, so in essence, they're stepping stones and also platforms, or platform brick, you can say. So yes, he turns around, goes to this exit, and then the rest of the crowd will take this exit down here, while this builder who left the step will use this exit. So yes, every exit is used here, but most of the lemmings will use this exit down here. So as a result, very beautiful solution, and 43 seconds to spare, so way more than enough time. But yeah, such a beautiful solution and such an awesome level. Yeah, one of the best levels I've seen of all time in the Lemmings custom scene. So very nice job to Pieuw there. And I am pretty certain it is very well received by most of the community as well, by most of the Lemmings community. But yeah, I was very, very satisfied when I figured out the solution here. Oh my goodness, I was just blown away. Okay, so that was 10 levels of the Hurricane rank. So next time we would do 10 more levels, or as a matter of fact, the second half of the Hurricane rank. But I think here I will wait for a bit, as currently I am still able to background Hurricane 13, and so I will wait for further patches to that level, and I will probably start recording after I'm told that my solution is acceptable or intended. So it may be for some time, but we shall see. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on for the next video. But I have also hope that you enjoyed this video of the PimoLems level solving commentary video series. So have a great day, everyone, and see you all next time.